Hello my dear Pisces, this is your love and spirituality reading for the mid-month of August 2018 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. I read for the signs in order of most liked videos, so don't forget to hit the thumbs up button for your sign. And you can see the order I read in this time around at the community section of my channel. And thank you all for liking, watching, commenting and subscribing to my channel. I am so grateful for all of your appreciation. The reading can go both ways. The message is for the people who watch it, so if you cross-watch for another sign and recognize yourself as the main person in the reading, just trust your own intuition and you will get the message you need. For this reading, I used also Tarot by Deva Padma. I've been using it since 1995, and this deck has been my main source of inspiration to read tarot in the way I do. I will make a shorter 5-card spread to make it more digestible for you, and I will start shuffling your cards. So my dear Pisces, exciting, huh? And when I open your deck here, I see transformation. That's the death card, so connected with Scorpio and transformation. Yes, and you also have exhaustion in the reverse, so it's 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands is a situation where we go through like very difficult challenges. And this is how we react to it. So first you have been really trying to solve your problems and being probably very emotionally invested in them. But as time has gone by, it's like you have started to gotten numb to these problems. You might have traumas for what you have been going through and been a little bit on the brink to PTSD and things like this. So we can see the Moon card and the Hermit card is underneath here. So all of this is 9. 18, 1 plus 8, 9, 9. The Hermit is 9. So you're going through some kind of spiritual awakening here, which means that you need to go through challenges. It's like a purification or challenges that make you grow. So it's a good thing. And actually this with making you a little bit numb is actually kind of good too. It's almost like you don't get as distressed with things as you did before. Maybe you are less emotionally invested, but it's also like it's like your shields are up is what I'm feeling, and it's in a good way. It's like you're learning to protect yourself. So I call the divine with love and light, and here we have the conditioning in the reverse, and it's the devil card. And when it comes in the reverse, it's kind of a good thing because it's meaning that you're taking yourself out of the conditioning. Because of the challenges you have been through, you have been pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, so you couldn't really keep the old rules for how to behave. Maybe you wanted to be unconditionally loving or following certain social codes and rules, but what's coming up here now from the past lives, the Moon, is your it's like your shadow, the things with you that you haven't really liked, or maybe society didn't like it, and now you are bringing it up to surface. You are not letting it being shackled down in the the shadows anymore. And this exhaustion in, for example, Tarot, it's talking about your strength being brought up from like the netherworld. It's almost like picking up oil to the earth's surface, and so it's a lot of energy, like strength, fuel that is being made accessible for you now, because you are opening up to more possibilities, not only the conditioned possibilities, like the person you are allowed to be from other person's point of view, but you're actually, because of this great distress that you have gone through, you can't help but just being yourself. You have no strength left to pretend. Okay, so what people see is what they get, because you are tired of trying to be nice, trying to be unconditional loving or something. You are still this, but it feels like you want it back also sometimes. So you're not going to let people treat you in the way that they did before, because this is very strong. It's exhausting, this what you have been through, but it actually have made you much more stronger. So I called for angels in the four corners of the world. And here we have abundance. It's the king of Pentacles, so it might be Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo in your life, but it's talking about you. You're starting to preserve your own energy, maybe by being like exhausted by another earth sign. You are now learning to become like them, like save a little bit more of your energy, not just giving it all away. Having boundaries. We see this king here is protected by the Himalayas, so he has a great wall there, better than the wall of China. And we can see with this relaxed posture that this is a person that loves themselves. So you're starting to take better care of yourself, I think. You have learned this through your challenges. So I call the 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading. I need to take a sip of water. Good. Clear view reading for my dear Pisces viewers. So I want my dear Pisces to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So it was already done there. Okay, so I will just tune into you Pisces and your energy this second half of August and see what's going on with you, okay? So, here we have your reading, and in the bottom of the deck, there's your reading, and this is the bottom of the deck. We have morality in reversed, so it says that you are shedding the old skin of conditioning. You are no longer stuck to doing things in a certain kind of way. I hear Frank Sinatra, I did it my way, okay? So, you did it your way. Now you are going to do it anyway, so... And this is the bottom of this other half of the deck, and we can see the 10 of Swords is the rebirth card. Before you try to endure, try to stay cool, try to stay like tolerant and easygoing, and you know, not causing problem for your environment, being a good camel and all. And here your strength is rising with this lion, and eventually you will become the child, so kind of the Buddha. This is a good thing. Anger is above depression, so it's a higher frequency energy, and here you have true unconditional love that also like includes yourself, not only every other person, but you don't get like unnecessarily humble. You're much more strong, okay? So this is you Pisces there, and this is your past, and this is your future. And this is the past of the person, circumstance, situation, or the divine's work that they have done together with you, or that you have done together with them, like your mission. And this is the future of said situation, person, circumstance, or mission. So here we have you, and we have schizophrenia here. It also came for, I think, Libra and Sagittarius, if I'm not... remembering incorrectly, because I often do. I rarely remember my own readings, but some things is stuck. Okay, and the 2 of Swords is talking about a choice that you need to be making. It also talking about this morality, Queen of Swords in reversed, because both these are Libra. So some of you might be dealing with the Libra or an air sign, Aquarius or Gemini, but it might be that mostly that you're working through the old 10 commandments, the 10 of Swords that we saw, sword card, and also the 10 of Swords, the 10 commandments, your old rules or your old survival skills, how you try to fit in society and being a part of society by following its rules, and you're still kind of trying here to be a good trooper, but it's starting to get a little bit problematic because you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, or in this case an abyss. What's wanted from you here, from the divine point of view, is to let go of your old survival skills, your old patterns, your old rules and fall and find new ones by expanding your comfort zone a little bit, like taking a little bit more room, saying a little bit more your actual truth, what you really mean, not always just shredding things underneath the carpet, but actually voicing them. Two of Swords is a very diplomatic card. It's a person that doesn't want conflicts, and therefore they are silently suffering or keeping their tongue behind their teeth. So it's a person here, they can't really call for help because that would be causing too much drama probably for this person. So it's this kind of energy inside of you where you want to keep a very low profile, and it's very problematic because you need to make a choice, and neither of the choices is kind of particularly appealing to you. So it's keeping you a little bit stuck, and the advice with this card is to make the jump. I think I actually will read a little bit about it for you, so you will know what I'm talking about here. Find the sword suit, because there's an awful lot of swords in the beginning here. Okay, so schizophrenia. The person on this card brings a new twist to the old idea of getting stuck between a rock and a hard place. But we are in precisely this sort of situation when we got stuck in the indecisive and dualistic aspect of the mind. Should I let my arms go and fall head first, or let my legs go and fall feet first? Should I go here or there? Should I say yes or no? And whatever decision we make, we will always wonder if we should have decided the other way because we are fearing the consequences. The only way out of this dilemma, unfortunately, is to let go of both at once. You can't work your way out of this one by solving it, making lists of pros and cons, or working it out with your mind in any way. Better to follow your heart if you can find it. If you can't find it, just jump. Your heart will start beating so fast there will be no mistake about where it is. So it's about doing the things that you fear the most, and accept the consequences, because this is at least going to make you unstuck, and probably it's going to fill your life with a lot of new energy. Man is split. Schizophrenia is a normal condition of man, at least now. It may not have been so in the primitive world, but centuries of conditioning, civilization, culture and religion have made man a crowd, divided, split, contradictory. But because this split is against his nature, hidden deep down somewhere, the unity still survives. So we had the shadow card in the reversed, 9 of Wands. Something from the bottom of you wants to come up, something that's more true than this. Because the soul of man is one, all the conditioning at the most destroys the periphery of the man, and the center remains untouched. So your inner core is untouched. That's how man continues to live, but his life has become a hell. The whole effort of Zen is about how to drop this schizophrenia, how to drop this split personality, how to drop the divided mind, how to become undivided, integrated, centered, crystallized. The way you are, you cannot say that you are. You don't have a being. You are a marketplace, many voices. If you want to say yes, immediately there is a no there. You cannot even utter a simple word yes with totality. In this way, happiness is not possible. Unhappiness is a natural consequence of this split in your personality. So the advice is, of course, to be the thing that you fear to be, the true you, that you have so hard time to back off and standing behind. So it's like you're losing your backbone a little bit, because you have replaced your original backbone with the backbone of society, and now you need to take back your own backbone, trusting yourself and your own authority, your ability to make decisions, and your heart. So nothing else, no rules except not hurting other people, of course. Sometimes we need to hurt them by leaving or other ways, because maybe we have conditioned ourselves to stay in a situation that's actually impossible for us. So in that way we might need to hurt people, but as little hurt as possible, but we should still be true to our core and as nice as possible when we tell our truth. Okay, so this is the past of you, and we have the World card in the reverse. So it means that you might have lost something that was of great value to you, something that was highly valuable, a job, a committed love relationship, a long friendship, a house, something that meant something to you is not really 100% there for you anymore. And it's a challenge because when you lose your footing like this, you need to start to look at things in a different way and find alternative ways forward. Okay, so we still want this, you still need this, you need security in your life, but first there need to be a little bit of unsettling, unsecurity before you can find your new footing. Okay, so you might need to sacrifice an old situation or an old way of thinking. You had the Ten of Swords as well, to find this new, better way for you. And this is your future, and here we have patience. So you want it now. If you are going to do something brave, you want an immediate gratification for that, like immediate response that, well, now this worked. So for example, if you are leaving a place of work which you don't like anymore, you immediately want your dream job. In other case, you are going to feel like it was a mistake to leave the job that you kind of couldn't stand here. But this is talking about divine timing. You are asked to let go no matter the consequences, even if you lose it all, and have patience with the new life that's coming. Okay, because it needs to be built a little bit from scratch. You might need to start to envision what kind of relationships do you want to have, what kind of security do you want to have in form of house and family around you, what kind of income do you want to have, what kind of work do you want to do. You need to start to vision your life. A good thing to do, I will pick up my journal here, is to have very, very clear goals of what it is that you want to achieve. Very clear goals, like write, I want a new job that's making me happy. Clear goals. And you also want a clear deadline with that. I want this work, within this year. Okay, I want this new work within this year. And also you want to make a list maybe of what will happen if you don't get this job. You don't want to scare yourself, but maybe, well, I would have problems with sleeping, maybe because I will feel anxious if I don't have this new job. I might also have problems paying my bills. I might have problem to move further on in other areas of my life because I don't have an income, and so on. So when you have made these three pillars, but first you might need to want to vision something. What is it that you really want? And then put it down in these three pillars: clear goals, clear deadline, and also consequences if you don't reach this goal. And this will give you some momentum to actually do this and get this fixed, because sometimes the patience card is a little bit on the lazy side. Okay, we want something, but we want it to fall in our laps. For a mother, this is okay, because something is growing inside of her. She doesn't really need to do that much besides keeping herself alive and healthy, and things are happening here by its own accord. So a lot of things is going to happen this way, but you also sometimes with the Seven of Pentacles, it's a person being a little bit on the lazy side, just wanting like honey and things coming just down from the sky, milk and honey from the sky, just landing in front of you. But you actually need to have like envision your goal, set the goal, set a timeline, also push yourself, because when we are doing things, when we have a little bit of a timeline, we actually start to take more actions, and that will create more positive things in your life. So you're not happy with the circumstances that are right now, but you're not too eager to do anything about them either. It might be like a humbleness with you, that you think that you don't deserve it, and if it comes, well, then it's yours. But if you never get this, well, probably it wasn't in the cards, kind of. So for example, if you want to, you have something you have dreamt of your whole life, but you feel like this is too much, I'm too humble, I can't receive this, it would be very selfish of me to want this for myself. For example, being like working on a circus, or being like a singer or songwriter or whatever. And most of people that have a clear dream like this, they also have like a fear that they won't reach the dream because it's so important for their willingness to actually live. So therefore we become very stumbling on the path to our goal, because we don't want to be set out to fail, because that might be very hard for us to take, because this is such an important goal. And we also don't want to be like selfish or like wanting a lot for ourselves, because we feel that it would be like egocentric thing to do. So we humble ourselves, and we don't try to reach for the stars, and therefore we don't even reach the treetops. So it's something here that you need to look at and, you know, start overcoming these obstacles, because there's obstacles inside of you, nowhere else. And universe wants what you want for yourself, so don't hesitate. Okay, so this is the past of your, you know, mission, person, circumstance, and we have 10 of Wands, so that's suppression. So it might be that there's someone wants to say something to you, but they refuse to, or they don't dare to, or they it might be a little bit touch of egocentric behavior here, because this, like, someone knows a truth but they don't want to tell it. For example, if your boss thinks that you are doing a really great job, but they don't want to increase your salary, so they are never telling you how great they think you are. So this can be the thing. Or like a person loving you intensely, but they are not going to say a word about that because they don't want you to get all high and mighty on them. So I'm thinking there's a secret being kept from you, and it's a secret that's like, it's a good thing. If you would hear it, you would be happy. So I'm not feeling that it's a bad thing. It's a good thing. And all this is keeping you in a state of sadness, or it's like a feeling of I give up, or it's no use, or it's very like very weak energy here. It might be because you have gone through all these things with the death and the devil and the Nine of Wands, becoming this warrior and fighting to your fingers bleed. So you're a little bit tired right now. So it might be that, and you're also tired of probably of this other energy here that doesn't really communicate themselves. But this is just a mirror, so it's saying that you need to communicate yourself, probably by this with the dreams. You need to voice your dreams more clearly for yourself, because if you don't dare to dream that a person would think that you are this great, or that they love you this much, the universe says, well, your wish is my command. This person actually do love you, or do think that you are great, but since you can't receive it, you are too humble and you don't want to have great gifts, so we are going to make them not they are not going to be able to tell you this. They are going to keep it a secret. So it's like self-sabotage a little bit. So you need to address this, start to get used to more goods and glory, more things that would make you actually happy. Dream a little bit bigger. It doesn't have to be stuff is so outdated. More experiences and love and adventures, things like this. Okay, whatever you need. If it's stuff, it's fine too. Some people need stuff. Okay, and this is this future of this situation, and it's a adventure in reverse. So it's a person not daring to be themselves. So it's much like you. So if you are dealing with someone else, they don't dare to be themselves. You don't really dare to be yourself. So no one is themselves here. No one appreciates the person that they truly are. Instead, they want to be something else, something unreachable, or something that doesn't come natural. What comes natural for you is the dream that you have been born with, or the longing that you have been born with. Maybe wanting to be close to other people, or get recognition, or doing something that makes your life meaningful. To be appreciated, like in this I'm feeling here, is to be appreciated for something that you're not. It's false anyway. Okay, so the adventure card, when it's in the reverse, it might be that someone is dropping the ball on you, or are not They are not giving you, this is a very beautiful energy about, you know, giving up yourself for a bigger goal. And here they don't want to give up themselves. They are keeping this a secret. It's silent treatment and other things like that. It probably won't go on forever, but it's a little bit stuck here. But what you Pisces need to work on is to be ready to receive. It's like there's just a curtain. Everything you want is behind this curtain. But because you are so humble and you think so little of yourself, you are not ready to receive. And until you are ready to receive, the things can't come true here. Because the universe says, well, you're not ready to receive, you think that this is too much a gift, so your wish is my command, you won't have it. And we can't have it like that, okay, Pisces? So start to get used to beautiful things and beautiful happenings and great love. Start to open up to this and make yourself ready for it. You can do a lot of meditations on YouTube. Maybe you can search for different things like how to receive, learn to receive, or meditation on receiving or manifestation or things like this. Manifesting true love or money or whatever it is. And by this affirmations and messages, you might be ready to open up a little bit more and be able to receive a little bit more, because this is very humble and to be frank, very boring. It's not going to go anywhere. Maybe you can take a poverty vow and sit underneath the lemon tree and meditate, and that's all that is. But I'm sensing that there's other things that you want too, and no goal is a bad goal. Of course, you can live in humbleness if that was what you want. But I'm feeling that there's a door that you could just open and go through, and then everything is there for you and it's rightfully yours. Okay, so you don't steal from someone else by having a great time yourself. Okay, so I will take a card for you from the Sacred Rebels Oracle with Alana Fairchild and see what's going on with my humble Pisces. What is already with you? Number 17. 17 connected to the Star card and strength, hope, and becoming a grown-up. So, what is already with you, my dear Pisces? You hold in your hand that which you seek. In other words, the pair of spectacles you have been rummaging around the house for are sitting on top of your head. Yes, what you are seeking, perhaps by exploring far and wide, is actually right under your nose. You may not like this idea. It is so much more wonderful to imagine there is something yet to find. Of course, there is unlimited creative potential and always something more that can be. Yet in this instance, it is important for you to know that you already have what you need and what you want. That doesn't mean it's the end of the story, although it does ask you to give up the fantasy that a perfect solution lies in the future somewhere. Instead, it asks you to acknowledge that everything necessary for success is with you now. The now is very important because everything is happening now, as Eckhart Tolle says. The past is just a memory and future is yet to be, and the future will become another now. Everything is happening now. You remember the past now and you can envision the future now, and the future will always happen now. So what you are doing, the actions you take towards your goal is very important, but also your mindset here and now. All you need to do is accept this and act with what you have available to you. This is good news. This is particularly chapter has a happy ending in store. That ending will become real for you just as soon as you stop trying to skip forward to the next chapter. Better to be completely present in the now. From here, the next phase will naturally happen without force on your part. It might not seem like you have much to start with. Perhaps you feel that all you have is a small, simple choice to make. The Schizophrenia card. Perhaps you have a song to begin, an email to send, a conversation to start, or a sketch to let loose. However small, it is enough to get the ball rolling. Don't make the mistake of believing that what you need is behind you. lies with another, or is yet to appear. You have all that you need to take the next step in your life, and from that all else will flow. And there's a sweetness to that. It is a small pleasure at first, but one from which greater pleasure can unfurl. This message is amplified if you have also drawn another card, which you haven't. So, let's see here. You're more ready than you think you are. You are more prepared than you realize. You don't need an entire army of resources to move you ahead, although you might find that when you do move by your own accord, many resources suddenly become apparent. So it's like starting to take action towards your goal, one step at a time, here and now, not getting overwhelmed also. So this is beautiful. It's the kind of tells everything that I said, but in a more complete way maybe. So we have the patience card here. So this is like tricky. You can't be black and white here. You need to have patience and you know, not have any get it now ideas. I want this now, and if I don't have it, my life is useless. So I can just I don't bother because it's no idea. Okay, so this is not a good thing. So you need to have patience with what you don't have right now, but what you want to have. But also start to take small actions towards what you want. If you want a partner, you need to start to send out your CV. In this modern world, it's like internet dating, or going to some course of something, some sort, like cooking class or something, yoga, or somewhere where you can find these kind of people that you want. Start to socialize. That is what you need to do. If you want a work, you need to put your foot out and show yourself and show your capacity. It's not going to help to sit at home and whine and think that nobody wants me, because this is not going to move you forward. So it needs to hold both, like being able to hold the dream, and yet not, and also accept that it's yet not fulfilled, and being happy with what you have. So it's a balance act, and also you need to start to vision what it is that you want and take firm steps towards it. Okay, no dream is too big for my dear Pisces. Okay, I hope this helped. I want you to take really, really good care. And I also want to welcome you to my September reading that I will do in mid-month of August. Okay, bye-bye.